Time to bring the bass back.
Mix is the beat of our culture. Your music.
I thank God for the opportunity to make music and for that music to be on a platform and people to come out and love.
Your stories.
It's gold for the Philippines.
The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers.
We bring you the latest and greatest impacting people from our community.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix.
It's just a true honor to be able to do this, especially with all the great Filipino talent here.
Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.
Step back three. He has got that.
Mix is the beat of our culture.
Hey guys, it's Sam with 2M's, welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Thursday to everybody who's tuning in live here on all of our social media platforms. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day and joining us here. I'm so excited to be here with all of you because in just a bit we'll be welcoming a very special guest, and joining us today is the singer-songwriter behind the viral hit, which I'm sure you guys have heard at least once in your life while scrolling on your phones. I'm sure you've heard Peter Pan Was Right, and I'm so excited to talk to him about it because it has millions of streams everywhere across multiple platforms, and I'm just really so excited to talk to him about it and also what else he has going on these days. So everybody, please welcome to MYXclusive, Anson Seabra. Woo!
Hello.
Yay.
How's it going?
Hi, Anson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, we're so excited. I mean, I think that was pretty obvious in my intro a while ago that I'm so excited to have you on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. I'm a little bit tired because I didn't sleep that well last night because I had too much coffee yesterday, but I'm surviving nonetheless.
We've all been there. I feel you.
Yes.
That also has happened to me as a coffee person myself.
Yes.
I know what that's like. So hopefully you get to, power through the rest of the day. It's kind of sad sometimes, when you can't sleep because of coffee, then you take coffee in the morning to kind of get you awake again. So I feel you. Well, we're so excited to have you on here today, obviously. And you said you're calling from the Netherlands. So how are things over there? Like, what have you been up to these days?
Yeah, I've just been just visiting, and it's been really great so far. It's such a culture shock, but and I don't speak Dutch. I'm trying to learn actually, but it's good because everyone here speaks English. In fact, it's like I think they have the best English skills of any country besides America and England, so or the UK, and so it's nice because everyone actually speaks English, so I can understand. But it's really beautiful. The weather's really beautiful. The buildings are all really beautiful, and it's been a lot of fun. So.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that like most people in the Netherlands can actually speak English, which I think is really cool, especially for someone like a tourist. I feel like that is very useful, being able to get around and all of that. So that's really cool. I didn't know that. See, you learn something new every day, you guys.
Yes, you do.
And I love that. Something I learned from Anson. So I hope you get to enjoy more of your stay over there. I mean, there's a lot of exciting things going on for you these days. Like I just saw like a couple of weeks ago, you actually wrapped up your first headlining tour just last month. So how was that a whole experience for you, having the tour and just seeing everybody, sing along to your songs?
Yeah, it was really crazy. I've been on tour before, but it was as a support act, and so this was my first time doing my own headline tour, and it's just a different experience when everyone, like you said, is singing the songs back to you, and they're all lined up to see you, and they all have signs, saying like "We love you," and almost every show was sold out, and it was really exhausting. I will say, I think a lot of people don't realize how tiring going on tour is, but I had the time of my life, and I got to see a lot of beautiful places in America and meet a lot of really beautiful people. So I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I'm excited because I'm going on tour again actually in Europe in the fall with an artist called Dean Lewis. So I'm getting excited for that as well.
Yeah, I saw too. Yeah, you're going on tour. I think like around September, if I'm not mistaken. Like I saw it on your post too. That's so exciting, and that's so true. I feel like a lot of people don't realize how tiring it is for the artist to go tour.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to a couple of artists, and they say like being tour fit is actually a thing. Like kind of being fit to be on the road and like kind of
Yeah.
performing for everybody. So on behalf of everybody, we'd like to thank you, obviously, Anson, for sharing your energy with all of us during the
Yes.
tour too. So that's really, really exciting being able to finally be out on the road again. But were there like certain moments on tour that kind of took you back and like was like, something that felt very exciting, but also, kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life. Like, was there a certain
Yeah.
moment like that that you felt?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like backstage when I was in Los Angeles, like right before I came on stage, which is funny because my voice was completely gone for that show. Like um I just didn't I couldn't sing really at all. So it ended up not being one of my best performing shows and from a performance perspective. But I just remember it was the biggest show. There were the most people there, like close to 700, I think. And I just remember sort of sitting backstage, like waiting to go on, like right before I was going on, and I was just sort of had this moment on the steps where I was like, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Like, I don't know. I never thought I'd play to a crowd that big of songs I wrote
Yeah.
myself. That's so strange to me.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, especially at that moment when you felt like, your voice wasn't 100% there.
Yeah.
It's crazy how you felt that during that moment too. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was like a lot of feelings at that time, but we're
Yeah.
still very happy that you were able to, continue on the tour and you did your very best, despite, feeling tired at certain points. But we love to see
Yeah.
it. That's why everybody tuning in, make sure to send love to your favorite artists too. It's not easy, obviously. And I love that you
Yeah.
said, you really didn't expect that that would be your life and something that you would be doing. I can imagine too, even with like how Peter Pan was right became viral. I feel
Yeah.
like it's something that you didn't expect at all. So how do you feel about how that whole thing just kind of like blew up? Everybody just knows this track and it's just everywhere around the world.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of shocking to me too because I mean, I wrote that song. I posted it like 2 years ago, and at the time, actually, it performed pretty well when I posted it. In fact, I went back and looked, and I think the original post has like over 1 million likes on TikTok and like a bunch of comments, and like I kind of forgot how well the post did, and then I just forgot about the song for like 2 years, and then I sort of was like, all right, what I'm gonna put out next? Like I just put out this project, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll put out this song because everybody seems to want it. And it's really shocking actually to me because usually, sometimes what happens when you have a really viral moment like that and you wait a long time, sometimes it doesn't
Yeah.
translate again. But actually, surprisingly, this time it did, and the song is doing really well. And I like the song a lot, so I'm happy to see that it's doing well. And I think we did a good job with it. But I'm always pleased and surprised when something works this well,
Yeah,
especially when
it's
people
the beauty
when
of
I
life.
know yeah, well, I know when my friends from my hometown start sending me random videos on the internet that they're just like, "Hey, this is your song, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's when I know it's like it's really working."
Yeah, I mean, very unexpected, but especially you said that you posted it 2 years ago and you kind of only decided recently, when you put it
Yeah.
out, like, okay, this is something that we can share with everybody already. And it doing a well again, even more so than the first original post, I think is such
Yeah.
a cool thing. Like you said, there is kind of like a window where you can post like certain viral things and
Right.
it will do well. But thank God the window was very long for you that it
Yeah.
still took off
Apparently.
once again, and everybody loves the track too. So can you tell us more about the story behind Peter Pan Was Right? Like, how did you come up with this track?
Yeah, so I don't know, I've always had like an affinity for fairy tale songs just because there's something about fairy tales that sort of stokes like this childish passion in listeners, and it like sort of reconnects with like sort of the magic of being a kid, because I feel like when you're a kid everything is a bit magical and new and fresh. And so I like writing about fairy tales because to me it feels like it's one of the easiest ways to get back to that feeling. And so that's like kind of why I picked Peter Pan. And but I also feel like, I mean, the song's about growing up, like, and feeling like as you get older, you sort of lose touch with that magic. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like everyone, as they get older, they sort of lose touch with the magic of life a little bit, and sort of just everything sort of becomes boring and mundane in a way. And for me personally, when I was a kid, everything was so new and beautiful, and like you didn't worry about anything. You just were just being a kid, and that's kind of what the song is about. Just like feeling like, how do I get back to that? Like what happened? Something along the way. It wasn't one thing all at once. It kind of just crept up on us.
Yeah, for sure. After experiencing life a little bit, I feel like a lot of us lose our childlike wonder, which I think is normal, right? I mean, a lot of people do go through that, but it also comes to a certain age where we kind of realize, like, maybe we should go back to those kinds of like, feelings that we had when we were younger,
Right.
the kind of like outlook we had on life too. And actually, really interesting. I was gonna ask you, like, was there a certain reason why you like to reference, like, these childhood classics like Peter Pan,
Yeah.
of course, and Welcome to Wonderland, which I'm assuming is like Alice in Wonderland, and also
Yeah.
We're Not in Kansas Anymore, Wizard of Oz. So it's
Right.
really cool, like you said. It's like these reminders too for us, especially while we're
Yeah.
older, that it can serve as, reminding us of what we were like when we were kids. But speaking of, like, is there a certain kind of literary character or like fantasy character that you relate to the most, like off of the top of your head?
I mean, the one I was recently I saw Dune like a couple months ago,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the main character, Timothy Chalamet's character in the movie, I can't remember what his name is. House Atreides. I can't remember his actual name in the book, which makes me a fake fan, I guess. But I kind of relate to him because it's just like I feel like everyone's kind of on their own hero's journey. And when I watch like an epic hero movie like that, I kind of like to think of myself as the hero of my own journey. So, and also some people say I look like Timothy Chalamet, even though I don't really look like him at all. We don't look the same at all. But he has long dark hair, so I'm just like, there, it's me on the screen somehow.
When you said Dune, Timothy Chalamet, I was like, oh my God, you kind of look like Timothy Chalamet, but you said that people say that. I really do think it's the hair. So you
It's
got
the
that
hair.
down.
It's the hair for sure. It has
Yeah,
nothing to do with my
definitely.
facial structure.
Yeah, I mean, just take it. Take the win.
Yeah.
I feel like Timothy Chalamet's great. He's a great actor, and it's such a great movie
Yeah.
too. I really love Dune as well. So
I
I
loved
love
it
that.
all.
Yeah, we're all kind of on our own journey too. I totally agree, and it's a pleasure to have your music to kind of serve as soundtracks to our lives, this journey that we have called life. And I really, really think that's so cool. So we can't wait for everything else that you have in store for all of us, Anson. Like, what else can everybody look forward to coming from you? What else are your plans with music and just everything that you have going on?
Yeah, so I'm definitely putting out more music before the end of the year. I can't say exactly when, but soon, definitely soon. And some really good songs, probably some of the best songs I've ever written. And so you can look forward to that. Like I said, I'm going on tour in Europe with Dean Lewis at the end of September. So if you happen to be in Europe, you can get tickets for that. What else? Yeah, still trying to figure out playing more shows in Asia, because obviously I have a lot of fans there, and I want to, give back to them in the way that I can. So that's on my radar, but I don't have any specific dates yet. But definitely we're thinking about it. And yeah, just trying to write the best songs possible and share them with the world.
Yay, we can't wait. But for now, obviously, Anson will stream all of your music that's available online to everybody tuning in. And of course, we're going to manifest that you get to visit our side of the world, Asia and also the Philippines very, very
Yes.
soon. But till then, do you have a message to all your Filipino fans who love your music and can't wait for the moment that you get to perform all of it live here with all of us?
Yes, I would say thank you so much for listening. I am sending you my love, and I'm so happy that you are a fan. And yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I would say.
Oh, and thank you, Anson, for sharing your music with all of us, and of course for joining us here on MYXclusive here today. I can't wait for everything else that you have in store. But till then, we will listen to all of your music online. So thank you so much, Anson, for joining us, and of course to everybody tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, this has been Sam with 2M's and Anson Seabra. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sam.